Oh. Hello.
Hello.
I'm fucking working on it. Give me a moment. I just got in call. I just got in call. He's not here. Sprout?
I can't even see the map right now. I probably just need to refresh because Tail wasn't in my ownership for a moment.
Oh, sorry, Paolo. I forgot to follow up on this, but did you make backups for Sunny and Zephyr?
I have not done so yet. I forgot.
Okay.
It would be fucking nice if that would load in so I could go look at him. Load in. It is not fucking working. I do not think. There we go.
Okay. Maybe.
I'm in.
I think I'll steal Kenneth's Fox VTuber for today. Am I coming over, by the way?
Hello.
Yes.
Oh shit. Give me a moment. How the fuck don't you?
You said you're coming over.
Oh, I'm gonna guess. Yeah. Anyways, I was like, I'm pretty sure one was made. Fuck. Okay. Okay, VC face. Well, unplug my air. Damn. They
They
said
will
they
be
would be
late.
coming late. Okay. Be sure.
I could, but I'll let anyone else have a try at it. No takers? Okay.
No, sorry, it's because I actually forgot what we were even here for.
Well, we just played a D&D game. Well,
So,
it was actually Star Path.
so last week the party began their infiltration after a attempt was made by Alice to scout, and a much better attempt was made by Sunny to scout. The party began their infiltration by knocking out guards and locking them in various locations, such as tied up outside, or in a box, or just put to sleep in the middle of the hallway and handcuffed. Though one of the people eventually, though, they ended up ambushing a worker who decided instead of wanting to fight the party, they would help them so long as they placed a prank on their boss's desk. Which led them to have a nice orb that will explode into glitter or upon a certain an activation, which the party is very carefully trying not to activate. As the explorations continued, though, they were discovered, possibly on cameras, by someone who decided to make them play a game thing to determine whether or not they'd be turned in. So the party did, and they joined in on the end of an interesting story in a game called Star Path, where the players had to decide whether they would fight a powerful lich that wishes to raise an entire kingdom as foxes, or fight against such a actually kind of based fate. But most of the party said that fight being foxes would be fine. One party mate didn't, and they sealed them in. But that game had a slightly happy ending because one of the party mates managed to make it out with a promise of reviving everyone as foxes. And so here we are now, finding out that Sunny has multiple siblings too. Oh, and Tail renamed the character Get Better Spells because she thinks the person who was playing this character sort of was an idiot. Oh, did I mention that all the guards and workers we knocked out were the actual D&D group? So, whoops.
Correct.
So we shouldn't feel bad. We knocked out murder hobos. Tail said, well, you're one of the nicest foxes I've met so far. I've met at least 4. It just means you have to be nicer than Sprout over there. And he's been super nice so far.
I thought these games were supposed to be cooperative.
Well, if the conflict is who can be the nicest fox, I don't think that's a bad conflict.
Sprout rubbing the back of their head.
Tail will also not say what she thinks about Sunny, especially since Sunny is right behind her and well within tail bite.
Sunny is a medium-sized creature, so Sunny is currently just sitting, looking over your shoulder, staring at you.
Isn't a medium-sized creature just still only up to like 4 feet tall if they're 4-legged?
Well, they're sitting in chairs, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Tail's still sitting down, so Sunny looms. Sunny looms threateningly.
Looming.
Tail asks, can we keep these little pads to make our new characters for whenever you ambush us with a game again? I think I need to read the rules on this.
Sure, just realize that they're kind of specced into this particular function, so they're only good at keeping track of, well, character sheets, inventories, stuff like that.
Well, I mean, if we're going to still be playing with you, I imagine we do want to keep these.
Oh, absolutely, you do.
What about their previous owners?
She just looks very conflicted before she says, I'm sure that I am sure that all of the wonderful people who played with me are willing to make that kind of sacrifice for all of you so that you can experience the joys of this wonderful game.
And if that fails, you could say, hey, if I try to take them back, they come and knock them out again.
Oh no, I
Okay.
was just going to say that make sure to repay them by turning them into foxes. And that'll be good payment.
I think most of them were foxes.
Are they? She then looks at Kara.
No, a lot of our employees, especially the ones that were in this group, were not kitsune. Maybe that's why they were unsympathetic. She starts musing on this for a moment.
Well, like I said, just transform them. They'll love it.
I'm not a
Eventually.
kitsune, but I was sympathetic.
Yeah, but you're kitsune hearted.
Hale blinks. She's not entirely sure, but she's pretty sure that was a compliment, so she just nods and gives a thumbs up. Or claws up.
Listen, kitsune hearted is one of the best things that you can be. The only better thing is a fox. And if you ever get the choice, you should totally pick the fox thing, yeah.
But wait, aren't Kisune big fox people? Hale has an expression of absolute confusion on her face.
Listen, whenever you're deciding what you want to be, you need to just pick a fox. It could be any number of different types of foxes, but it should be a fox. Always.
I suppose next time we play, I'll try playing as a fox then.
Her eyes light up.
Ashton will just be like, I can do this at least, even though I'm not natively a fox. She then produces a mode of foxfire.
Is that a fire spell?
It's a special, super secret, extra amazing type of fire spell that only the best types of creatures can get access to.
I am missing an entire your racial feat. I am a potato head.
Rip.
I'll take that.
What could you possibly be getting for that, I wonder? Could you
I mean, perhaps something that let me change my shape and appearance. But what kind of racial trait would dragons have lets you do that? I wonder. Anyway, anywho, I know we're still supposed to be on an infiltration, but I look at this sheet and I just want to know so much more about this game. Honestly, it seems like something some of the soldiers back at home would have enjoyed doing in their off time. Or it would have led to even more angry shouting matches in Draconic.
you never know. Technically, the Lexa Turner ritual is kind of trying to turn you into some kind of mortal, so why would it not be able to turn you into a kitsune? Are dragons that weak?
One, is it so obvious that I went through that ritual? And two, dragons are not so weak. I could easily change myself into the appearance of a kisune. She says, somewhat offended.
So you could easily change yourself into a kitsune, but you walk around not being? She looks skeptically.
Flails her arms. But I've only been in this land for a few weeks now. I have to have an understanding of. She is trying her best to explain herself, but sounding not very convincing.
Listen, Kara, I think you should be more accepting of people's personal choices and identity.
Oh, I see. I guess that's fair. Some people are just born with defects.
Defect. Tail waves her tail and accidentally baps Sunny and has a sudden bad feeling because she just bapped Sunny
Sunny
with her tail.
bites.
Which leads to a sound like this. Ah!
Nom.
Go! This also prompts Tail to jump out of her chair and probably run around with Sunny clung to her tail very firmly.
Just dragging Sunny around the room.
I'm sure that Sunny is just teething.
Sunny is a full fucking grown infant.
Sometimes you just go through teething twice. I think that you need to be understanding that sometimes people's teething just doesn't get over it at the same rate. Sometimes they're a late bloomer. And when they're trying to end the world, sometimes they're a late doomer.
Oh my god. I can't even.
Yes, you can and you will.
At this point, I wouldn't. This point, I wouldn't be surprised if Sunny witnessed the start of the universe.
Tail at some point fell over, probably with Sunny still clinging to her tail.
Ashton will just be like, "Wait, I thought Sunny was Fogger's daughter. Did she go back in time or something?"
Fogger's daughter?
Yeah, that was revealed, I don't know, 5 minutes ago.
At the end of last session.
That's why I did not.
We did recommend that you go back and check that, yeah?
I'm sorry, I forgot to.
What's that?
Well, Sunny could just be that special. You never know.
My map just entirely turned black for no reason.
Weird. I mean,
Like, I think you accidentally clicked on Stream Vision.
Is it better?
No, and I think my screen just froze.
Oh,
one moment.
I think just try to refresh it.
Don't start messing with me today, Forge. I'm trying to enjoy my D&D shenanigans.
I will enjoy my D&D shenanigans. Forward. That's what you have to say. You have to do it as spoke.
I will enjoy my D&D, Forge.
You can't stop me, Forge.
The good vibes are coming. I can't stop them.
Listen, you have to sound like you're evil. People won't fear you if you're good. Unless they're evil.
You will have a good time this session. I force it.
Evil laughter time.
Oh, I love practicing evil villain and villainess laughs. So fun.
You're totally not a villain.
I'm sometimes a DM. I'm a villain by requirement.
Ah, so you passed the villain's test. The secret villain's test. That every DM must undergo at one point or another.
Shh, you're not supposed to mention that.
Well, yeah, I'm evil.
You have truly transcended to another level of evil that I have never even comprehended.
So anyway, back to session. I can't get too deranged yet.
Yet.
Yeah. So then, I hope you don't mind that I had put tracking bugs on you all, so that I'd be able to find you later.
An
What?
insect that tracks?
Yes, they're magic little insects that are constantly sending signals as long as you feed them electricity to my computers, and then I can tell where you are no matter where you are.
Ah, I
Except
see.
in places that are out of like coverage.
I see. This makes perfect sense. Tail's eyes are looking in two entirely different directions.
It makes sense, but it's highly suspicious.
Please do not do that.
But how will we be found for when game time comes?
I
You
don't
just
know.
like
We make
sort
a
of,
date in the future that we plan to meet up, and then we be there.
but that
You
won't be a
know, like a normal
surprise.
person.
But then it
Why
won't be a
is that?
surprise.
Why does that have to be a surprise?
The problem is, these bugs aren't just tracking us for when it's game time, and we're not visiting here because we enjoy the decor.
I mean, you
Look,
have to admit, we do have to appear directly.
I understand that you might have problems with my siblings, and don't worry, I completely sympathize. I do too.
Hmm. Your siblings? She
Well,
looks down
yeah,
at
it's our
the.
company.
Oh, so the boss is. Huh, this is getting interesting. Tail also whines, Sunny, please let go of my tail. I'm sorry.
Sunny just staring.
Yeah, Electra's my older sister. She's the one who runs the place.
Huh. Oh, that's gonna make for an interesting confrontation. Should it come to it. Though we
Yep.
probably should continue our investigation, so long as you're not going to give us away now.
Yeah, what you kind of have to understand is that Electra's really, really dedicated to being Mom's nemesis. It's kind of all she talks about, honestly.
Why?
I don't know. It's just always been a her thing. I try not to judge.
Hmm. Perhaps we can ask her about that if we end up encountering her. I mean, everyone in this land seems to follow the common logic of explaining your reasonings to your foes. It's good to see that tradition spreads throughout many kingdoms.
Honestly, if you're not going to have an evil villain monologue, I really don't know why you're in this business. Like, there's so many good, like, potential evil rants that you can go through. And then people
Right?
just don't do it. And then they're like, why am I feeling so unfulfilled? Because you don't have evil villain monologues.
Right? I once had a group of soldiers fight me, and they wouldn't even listen to half of my monologue. And then the fight just felt unfulfilling.
Honestly, if you can't talk about your evil plans in front of other people, like what like being an arch nemesis is supposed to mean something. It's supposed to be intimate. It's supposed to be special. Like you have this thing that you're doing together. No one cares anymore.
Hale nods sagely, as if this is the most logical thing that's ever been said.
Sprout looks utterly lost.
Sprout's not a cow.
I said,
It's just an art to the monologue.
sigh.
Oh yeah, and since Ashlyn is actually a fox right now, there you go.
Excuse me, that's Foxlin.
Oh,
Awesome.
okay.
No sense of glamour or style these days, I swear.
We spent so long doing this, I've forgotten why we were even here in the first place.
Looking for information.
Have we found any?
Well,
Uh,
if you've been paying attention, quite a bit actually.
yeah, we know that maybe some of the things that were going on with that statue might involve some sort of rivalry, but there could be more, and we need to find out. And that's what the key card is for. Ashlyn
More
then
so.
just twists it around in her fingers.
More so, we know that this building is run by one of Flogra's own children, yet they're at extreme odds with their mother, who just had a massive ceremony for her. Does
Oh,
it
I
not?
wouldn't say that they're like at odds. I'm pretty sure that like Electro is really, really close to Mom. Like she really loved Mom.
So it makes what they're doing here even more interesting, no?
Yeah, pretty
Besides,
much.
Flogra was important to you all, was she not?
Yeah.
So it just makes this investigation all the more interesting. Shall we?
Indeed. I guess, which floor would you recommend we go to?
All of that very calmly said while Sunny is holding their tail. I
Tail
just
is-
realized.
Was very much trying to ignore the fox. The Enfield still firmly clamped onto her tail.
Well, that's tricky. I mean, if you're looking for Electra, I'm pretty sure that she's on the 6th floor, but I don't have much access for that.
That key card goes to the 5th, correct?
Yeah.
I suggest we start our search there for someone or something that might have a key card. Also, considering we have a certain item to plant, we may wish to look into luring her away from the 6th floor so someone can plant the little surprise.
Is she still here?
She was just said to possibly be on the 6th floor.
Oh, she's almost certainly on the 6th floor. Recently, the whole business got this co-owner. Don't really know much about them, but like, she speaks super highly about them.
Interesting. Mysterious business is with an enigmatic leader and a mysterious co-owner. It does seem we have yet more to do.
Yeah, Electra's taste in business partners is kind of weird for me, but honestly, as long as she's eventually going to find me a group who is really, really enjoying Star or is enjoying Starpath, I'm completely fine with it. I'm sure that eventually we'll get there. Coping.
Wouldn't that be us?
Well, yes, but I mean at the company.
Ah.
Sometimes you just need to have people close on hand.
Pretty much, yeah.
Ashton will then offer a little bow before heading to the door of the room.
Yeah,
She'll
we'll
see if it's
follow
locked.
with a Enfield still clamped onto her tail.
All right, all right.
Flame leaves.
The door is unlocked now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Tail also runs to grab and pick up the silent Snowy and carry them with her.
Sunny finally lets go as they follow Sprout out the door, eyes tail on tail the entire time.
Oh gods.
Good Enfield.
Mythology. They're all good and wholesome.
God, moving Sunny at the same fucking time is so tedious.
But it's hilarious to watch, quite frankly.
I have to keep backtracking. I can't even move now.
Okay. Oh,
There
my
we
bad.
go. You're fine. Right, I don't know why I bothered bringing Sunny. I can't bring Sunny over to the next level.
Okay, she will use the key card on the door on the next level.
Okay. Well, as the reader scans the card, the door now transforms, for it is now ajar.
Oh my god.
You're welcome.
You need to have a door that when it's said it's a jar, it just becomes a whole bunch of jars that fall to the ground.
Oh, right. Is this door? I guess it is unlocked. Ashton will scout into the hallway, but from the door.
Okay, roll perception. Okay. Second. Okay, I will fix that.
Reaches over and boops everyone.
Makes a clown honk noise.
Peter's back, slightly horrified. Actually, one of my earliest memories was going to a sort of gathering event and actually having a clown end up scaring the crap out of me.
Oh.
Okay. Also, I should have cleared that up a while ago. The hallway
funny than
seems
anything.
clear.
Ashton will squint confused and she says, "Well, I can't see any guards, but we should still be careful and quiet and sneaky and all that."
Cal gives a claws up. Idea. All your expertise on it.
I just want you to know I believe in you.
All right, Ashton will head out of the door, attempting to be sneaky-like.
Sneaky. Sneaky beaky.
Do you want me to roll stealth?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sometimes a little weird. Whatever. Anyways.
I think the fact we needed the aspects of Bard to have her voice have magic to it, I think Tail would make a better rogue commander.
While she's in the hallway, she will also see if she can see any labels on any doors.
Okay.
Any more rolls you want?
No, sorry, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. So the door at the one of the doors at the left corner says that it is says it's the manager's office. Another says that it is a bathroom and seems to have a guard standing nearby it.
Wait a
Another
minute. Doors shouldn't talk.
another one, the next one going the next one going right. The next one going right says supplies. The next one going right says stairwell, and the next one going right says ODD.
ODD?
ODD.
What is ODD?
So she'll come back to the party and she'll say, "So I'll give you guys a choice. We can either go check out the one called ODD or the manager's office."
Odd?
Yes, it is odd. That is what it says.
Why does it
What's
say
the-
odd?
What's the choice?
Manager's office or ODD room.
The manager's office will probably have more important information, but I really want to know what's in the odd room. What does ODD mean?
I imagine that the odd room contains odd stuff. Whatever ODD is.
Well, it's already a bit odd considering the doors have just been saying words out loud.
Right? Is anyone here an investigator to use that's odd? Anyways.
No, but now you made me wish I had made Tail an investigator.
I think that
Too
Ashlyn
late.
is an investigator. She did say that's odd.
Well, given that she saw that, a guard could probably see her at the manager door, she's going to first go and try to pick
Well,
the
no,
locks
she was
that-
stealthed. And they
Well,
didn't
yeah,
seem to
but
be
if she's-
alerted to her.
Well, yeah, but if she's standing directly in their line of sight for as long as it would take to pick a lock.
Oh, I see. You're trying to tell me she's bad at picking locks. Got it. Okay. Understand.
Look, she's good at picking locks, but you made her fail 3 times the other one.
Okay. I mean, I guess you're just Look, I understand why you need to cope.
So she's going to do this in a certain order. First, she's going to go and pick the lock at the ODD room.
Try not to stigmatize it. You might hurt its feelings. It's not that weird. It's just ODD.
Anyways.
Be right back, real quick.
See 1 second. Finally remembering to add that extra modifier to this. I would like to hero point that.
Wow.
Okay, 31.
You succeed. Keep going.
Okay. And then once she's done that, she's is Jethro out next to her right now?
Yes.
Okay. She'll just say, "Give me a sec. I'm also gonna go try to unlock the manager door."
Oh, sorry.
And-
That's not unlocked. You still need to keep going.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry, that's what I meant to say.
Well, okay. I forgot the +1 on that one, I think. Yeah, apparently I am bad at picking locks because I can't get any good rolls. Anyways.
They see me rolling. They have no response because they don't understand the me.
Dice hating.
They hate him.
Yeah. Okay. What was more thievery rolls then?
Yeah.
Okay. Goodness sakes.
Look, this is a company that is owned by someone who is very security conscious.
Gotcha.
Like you don't see master lock on any of these doors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
This is an anti-master lock stream.
it is an anti-master lock stream.
Okay, do you need more rolls?
One more, yeah.
Okay. Let me make sure I actually add this.
Oh wait, actually, never mind. Sorry, that's 3. You, never mind. You got it.
Oh, she unlocked it?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I thought you were at 2 for some
Okay.
strange reason.
Okay.
I wasn't taking good enough notes.
Once she gets that one's unlocked, she'll just say to Jethro, "1 second, I'm gonna go get the other one unlocked real quick, and then we can check out whatever." And so then she'll.
Is something the matter?
It's more that the other one I did spot a guard at the other end of the hallway, so I'm gonna try to be invisible for this one.
Okay. I'll stay here. Shout if anything happens.
So she will cast invisibility on herself. And head over to pick the lock to the manager door.
Sprout and Tail just twiddling their thumbs.
I mean, Tail's armor is full plate, hidden under her fur. She's gonna keep out of moving.
Okay, how many thievery checks should I
I
roll?
was saying it was a bad thing. I was just like,
2.
Okay.
I will tell you if you need to roll another one though.
Okay.
I do have a pretty high stealth mod, but I don't have anything particularly useful for stealthing. If I had my old cloak, then I could do stealthy things, because that gave invisibility, but I don't have it.
It's fine. You are still a good Enfield.
Teehee thinks. You are a good Durg.
Okay. Here's my 2 rolls.
Okay. Door opens.
Okay. And she'll actually go quickly take a peek inside just to see if anyone else is there while she's invisible.
Give me one more stealth roll.
Okay.
Or 50 if I really want you to fail.
Oh, wow.
Hey, I can want you to fail sometimes and then make impossible standards that you can never meet. What about that sounds toxic to you?
Right? And I think she also has a bonus from stealth, but or from invisibility. I just don't remember what it actually is.
That doesn't count because it's not a secret roll.
Oh, okay. Oh, fuck. Right. My bad. Dummy. There you go.
Well, that's impressive. Well, you managed to not get caught. You see what's inside there.
All right. And what does she see?
She sees a weasel and a cat talking to each
Okay.
other.
Okay, and then she'll quietly close the door and head back to the party.
Weasel. Weasel.
Okay. Once over here, she'll just say, okay, there are people in the manager's office, and of course there's a guard who can see down the hall to the door if they're looking that way. So let's check out this odd room first.
All right, you're still in Fizz. You want to go first?
She'll nod and then open the door and peek in. Oh, it's not marked as unlocked. Whoops.
Roll stealth again.
Okay.
Um, as you go in slightly to examine it, a sorry, I need a few minutes. My brain is like shorting out for some reason.
Your
Okay.
time.
Okay, I know this feeling.
Hey, Ashlyn, I left some stuff in your chat in your think the saddest thing right now about my commander class is right now I couldn't use any of my orders on the party because I have to have been with you during day setup to drill the drill the commands into the party.
Weren't you? We had a night to rest before this.
We did? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, then I can use them. For some reason I blanked that entirely.
You're fine. Nope. We first we got word of this place. We took a night to rest and plan, and then pretty much right away in the morning we came right over.
Which means I have a fun command. And because I can tell allies to strike hard, which lets them all, everyone who is in range of enemy, use their, and within 30 feet of me, use their reaction to hit something with any weapon they have.
I thought the fun command was when we were playing D&D earlier, or sorry, Starpath.
Yes, that's a fun command, but that's more of a motherfucker command. That's me telling you not to do something, and making it burn. Also, pincer attack, because then you can move, and then if you're close to an enemy, then you can both hit them.
Time for crab.
Okay, I'm good. You find a bobcat dressed in very, very in heavy armor. There seems to be a strange aura of grace. You, what are you doing here?
Is she looking at Ashlyn or something?
Yes.
Oh.
Jethro will move in and level their gun at the stranger.
Well,
Up, up, up. No sun moves.
Come now, you can't possibly think that's actually a threat. The moment that your gun goes off, you're going to make a lot of noise.
Am I? You know, I'm not too sure. I haven't really checked it this morning, but I'm a fan of tempting fate. How about you?
Very well. Then tell me, what exactly are you here to accomplish? Jethro and Ashlyn would see a very strange, well, not quite a pentagram, though technically it is one, in the center of the room. There seems to be a ritual in progress.
Quick question, by the way.
Yes.
So this is not in character, but so there's two parts to her stealthing, so to speak. Which is on one hand, the stealth roll would be going undetected and coming in the room, but for her location to be detected, it's a perception against her stealth DC.
I would explain why that's not necessary, but spoilers. You'll understand soon.
Okay. So Ashlyn though tends to know that or Ashlyn will for a bit move back. Granted, still trying to be somewhat quiet, and for the time being, not really saying anything in response, since for the most part, since there are other people in the room, Jethro has kind of taken the spotlight.
Though the cat is certainly mindful of Jethro's position, they also do still seem to have their eyes locked on Ashley.
We heard some very damning rumors. One that could get you in a lot of trouble if they turn out to be true.
Hale, hearing this all goes on, mutters under her breath the command to make her armor appear, which completely covers her intraconic like metal plate, like almost entirely fully. It's very royal and regal looking.
Myself in trouble, you say? Do tell.
Oh, come on. I know we're not playing with a full deck here, but we don't all have to show our hands.
I think you should all show our hands. Otherwise, you have no idea of what that ritual that's going on in this room is doing.
Can I roll for that?
Sure, occultism.
Okay, give me 2 seconds. Seems the pin strokes are here, so I need to get their stuff caught up real quick.
Wait, why is StreamView not working right? Why is it giving the wrong room?
Give me a second. Is it where's StreamView showing right now?
The
Sorry,
first
I'm
floor?
downloading a token. Oh, weird. Okay, give me a second. For whatever reason, someone had deleted StreamView from the actors.
Probably because it's like in a deeply inconvenient and confusing place.
Gotcha.
Don't want Hale to enter and just do the imposing commander thing.
It's still not seeing the right level.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Okay, so there's that. There's that. There's that. Okay, should be good now. Oh, wait, right. Forgot that step. Okay, now?
Yeah, that works.
Okay. Cool.
Roll occultism.
Oh, is that? Are those supposed to be private, by the way, or no?
No. I don't think so, anyway.
Okay.
I think mostly they're not private because you don't know how much you need to know.
Gotcha. I was just thinking for nat ones you get bad information.
Okay.
At this point, Tail also peers in, trying to be quiet, but dragging in full-on royal plate armor.
Some of you're unable to tell much about this particular ritual, but part of what seems to be in the diagram involves abjuration and conjuration magic.
Okay.
The bobcat still has their hands up, though.
Ashlyn would use the message cantrip to tell Jethro what she was able to discern about the ritual.
Just that what you can tell it's consisting of both abjuration and conjuration magic. If I could just take one guess, you're looking to summon someone?
You seem to be very, very good very interested in interrogating people. But
It's a lucky
again,
guess.
why exactly do you think I'm going to admit to anything?
Well, if you can help us, say, rat out your boss, get this whole operation shut down, you can get a lesser case. You can get a lesser sentence.
I have no interest in shutting this operation down. I am very invested in the company's goals.
Those goals being?
The removal of problematic elements in places where they don't belong.
Well, I think we're all generally for getting rid of problems, but interpretations vary based on cultures, identities, organizations, perhaps.
Ashlyn actually seems to facepalm quietly, and then she'll use the message cantrip again. This time saying to Jethro, we're not looking to shut it down. We're looking to see if there's a new, or we're looking to see if someone is having a problematic investment.
I understand your problems with the company, and I won't mince words or try to suggest that there aren't problematic desires that exist. But I'm afraid that if my choice comes down to my life or serving the cause and the goddess to which I am espoused, I will most certainly choose the latter.
Well, sounds like a noble cause right there.
I like to think so.
Tail merely mutters, "Such zeal. It reminds me of the Crusaders from home."
I wouldn't too terribly mind being compared to a Crusader. I've always found them interesting in their nobility.
Tail perks her ears, since she was apparently heard, deciding to make her presence known, entering
So
in her full armor.
since Ashton is still trying to, avoid notice of anyone else in the room, she will actually scribble something on a note, walk over to Constance, and slip it into her pocket. Sorry, I know they don't know her name yet, but anyways.
We always love to be the one with forbidden knowledge.
I mean,
You speak of a goddess. It's strange. Seems feline. To what god do you serve? Or that you would pursue what seems to be a profane ritual, all in their name?
So I put in the secret chat what's on the note that Ashlyn slipped in. I'm not rolling the thievery check because she made it very apparent that she slipped it in. Huh.
So then, am I allowed to check what's inside my armor? It's not a weapon.
As long as you make no hostile movements, we shall not either.
She slips and unfolds the note inside her armor. Simply, I have sworn fealty to one of the essential forces that provides balance to this world.
One of the essential forces that provides balance, you say? And this ritual you're doing is in service to that, then?
Directly.
well, essential forces could mean a few things. It could mean gravity, elemental particles, the more poetic clash between chaos and order. Which one is it?
I think it's a lot deeper than just some clash between chaos and order. It is the most essential. It is. I serve the night itself.
You serve the night. Tail quirks an eyebrow, a little confused by that.
I see. You are young indeed if you have not been trained to at least this extent.
What kind of role would this be?
Religion.
I'm down to roll for that as well. Actually,
Tail
that
should
would be
murder
bardic
anyone.
lore for me.
33. Wow, I
Nice
almost
roll.
got that 20.
So close.
Listen, now you need to catastrophize over the game being judgmental and gatekeeping you from nat 20s.
Also,
It's so clear the dice are rigged against me.
They are rigged against you.
Even this amazing 19 roll is clearly the game merely throwing me the barest of bones. That's why I struggle against all the high DCs. Sorry.
You're aware that there are certain essential forces believed to be governed over by the gods. Forces of night, day, the sun and the moon, the chaos and order, good and evil, other such things.
Hale seems to narrow her eyes with some understanding. So you truly serve the knight in all ways. We came here merely seeking information on potential chemical or otherwise threats to this kingdom. Though to find a ritual such as this here, she looks to the magic circle. This is hardly what I was expecting.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, as many companies, this one has many aspects that are not public facing.
Then what is your ritual here meant to bring about? Are you seeking to drown the world in some endless night? Or perhaps to bring some fragment of your very god or goddess to this realm?
Persuasion.
Okay. Let's see. Because I am currently a bard, I roll my performance from my thing to the versatile performance. Yay.
Out of character, one thing I will mention that all of our characters are aware of is this is a pest control company.
I'm gonna use my one hero point on that. Also, again, that's why she said we were expecting chemicals, but to come across a ritual like this is actually somewhat nostalgic for someone like Hale. Wow.
Okay, please stop. Whoever is saying that to their microphone. That is pain.
Sorry, that might have been my fault.
Alas, wait, do you see them in their cruelty? I'm sorry, I can't even be serious when I say that.
Just because this is a pest control company does not mean that there are not aspects of this company that are linked to something greater or to some other objective. Things are rarely black and white, and it's very strange you would assume that this is one such instance.
I don't assume. I asked out of interest. Truthfully, I've seen setups similar to this in my life, though not one so intricate.
Well, what you should know then is that this company actually does not serve my goddess directly. It's merely a tool to achieve an end.
Hale rumples up her muzzle. And what are the ends you wish to seek? We came here seeking understanding of the ends of this company, and it seems we've stumbled onto something far more interesting.
Well, the ends I'm looking for in particular aren't exactly that deep. I, personally, just want to make absolutely sure that the cycle day and night continues, and there is one the goddess has taken special interest in who happens to work here. So, currently I am in service to her.
So you truly seek to only continue the cycle as it is.
Mine is not to determine how the world should function or operate, merely that it follows the principles which a god or goddess has chosen for it. I'm a protector of order.
Ours is not to question. It is to do as we are instructed, yes?
Pretty much. When you see something particularly beautiful about the world, something fragile but essential, deeply, deeply essential, you find yourself wanting to protect it as much as you possibly can. That's my position.
You said there are problematic elements you were seeking to uproot. Is this affecting the day-night cycle?
No. They're just greedy people who exist inside of here who are using this company for what they want. Something
What are
I
they
don't
doing?
approve of. They have connections with the Thieves Guild that I don't exactly approve of for obvious reasons.
Even this land has a guild dedicated to the underworld, held in the shadows. Interesting.
Yes, it's rather uncouth.
And this ritual of yours is some means to take care of this. You mentioned your goddess had an interest in someone.
Like I said, completely unrelated on that front. The only thing that's going on with this particular ritual is that it keeps the company afloat, of which my charge is interested in.
Ale taps her banner staff on the ground, making her armor vanish for the moment. And this is not our quarrel. I have no problem with your god simply maintaining their balance. It doesn't seem like it's related to what we are investigating. Unless you, Jethro, have some other opinion.
Perhaps not opinions, but some questions, if you don't mind, he says, holstering his pistol.
You may ask, but do keep in mind, there's only so much interest I have in answering those questions.
Of course. Do you know what the Thieves Guild is doing here? Interest they have?
I'm uncertain. The leader of this particular company has made a very sudden and unexpected arrangement with them. I'm aware of the arrangement, but not its terms.
Hal raises an eyebrow slightly. Seems more and more we are being pushed towards an interaction with this enigmatic leader.
I understand we're in no position to ask for favors, but we are opposed to the Thieves Guild being here as much as you are. We need to get into the management office to see what kind of connections they might have. Might you be able to help us with that? There are some guards in the other room and somebody in management. We need to get past them.
Well, unfortunately, I only have access to this floor and some of the ones below it, so there's only so much I can offer you there. You are going to have to speak with the manager of this floor in order to get anything further. Or steal her keycard.
See, we have a certain sleuth here you've already sleuthed onto, who's gone into that room. But can't rummage around without people there. We were hoping You might have something for us. Something we can do to get them away from that room, just for a bit.
I see. So you're asking me to work against the company's best interests to achieve your ends.
And yours too, no?
Somewhat. I'm not certain that you're going to disagree with the company's manager at the end of things. So you're actually kind of a risky bet where I'm throwing on the line the company's credibility and such in order to hope that you have our interest at heart. It's not a good bet.
Hmm. Dale ponders on what to do.
You're right, it is a risk. However, we're here for information on the Thieves Guild. And if you want information with how they're associated with this, that could help your mission just as much as ours.
I don't care for
We-
information about how it's associated. I just don't want them associating at all.
We're here because we were worried there might be shady elements associated with it. If we get that information, it would be easier to expose their operations.
But it would also expose the company, as she said. And the company is useful for her goals.
This one has a good head on her shoulders. I like her.
At best, to be quite frank, I think it would be in her best interest to prevent us from sleuthing any further. And at best, going our separate ways neutrally.
I do appreciate the way that you've caught on to this exact situation.
The question would be how this will turn out. You do not seem afraid of numbers, so I imagine you are quite confident in your ability to fight. Should it come down to such. More so, an explosive battle here, no matter how hard we try, will draw attention.
Ashton would then use message on Tail and would just say perhaps the best thing to do for now would be to regroup and figure out how to and put a few more people to sleep for a little bit.
Hale perks her ears and she doesn't make it obvious that she heard something, but for now, I would prefer it if we can simply walk away neutrally. We won't ask you to impugn your mission, since so long as you don't decide to go and reveal ours.
I'm afraid that if you wish to speak to the manager, and if you may have an extreme disagreement with her, shall we say, that actually does get into the territory that I'm obligated to interfere with.
All right. What do you want us to do for you then?
Again, for her, the best bet for her would be for us to simply leave and cease our operations here.
Yes, but seeing as how you're not likely to do that, then we're going to need to see to an alternate solution to this. One where I place a guess on each of you, and you agree not to resist it.
A what?
It's a. Oh, should I roll for something to know what that is?
That would be religion.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll roll another bardic lore check on that one.
Give me a second to get there.
Okay, what warfare lore? No.
Okay, you are both aware of what one is.
All right.
Ashton at that point would just obviously she would then cast message on the paladin and just say, "And what guest would would you request?"
You are not to harm my charge.
She
Well,
will. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say he'll roll sense motive on that, if that's all that she really wants.
Go for it.
Roll that in secret.
You get a hero point and believe that that is exactly the only thing that matters to her.
Always so ominous when you say you get a hero point.
Right?
I love it.
The stakes have never been higher. They've really
have-
smoked way too much weed.
Gods.
Oh damn hell. Anyways, Tail will quirk an eyebrow slightly, but nod her head a little. I have no intent nor desire for needless violence, less against your charge.
Ashton will then send another message. Is your charge Electra? And if so, what defines harm?
My charge is not actually Electra. My charge is merely one of the. My. Ugh. My charge is merely the floor manager here.
So, do no harm to the floor manager.
Correct.
Ashton will then just kind of very quietly sigh, um, uh, sounding a little bit exasperated because while she didn't want to cause any real harm, um, you know,
I will not agree on terms for for the other's sake. Merely that I would not argue with such terms.
I will offer you that there is no evil in her, no desire to do wicked deeds.
Then even less do I have a desire to cause them any harm. As I said, I shall. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
sorry, I was just going to say, well, Ashton will just, use the message cantrip again and just say, I mean, I would hope not. She's just a manager. She's just an upper level manager for a company.
You would be surprised at how many CEOs are actually quite evil, and managers directly under them. Or perhaps not, I don't know much of your experience.
Can't say I've dealt with corporations very much. Where I come from, they were all run by the church.
Oh, perhaps you know. Sorry, no, she wouldn't say that.
I was
No
so
matter
ready to
how
have
funny
a
the meme is.
I was so ready to have a response for that too. Darn it. I was gonna say, so I know they are evil. Well, by their nature.
Look, unfortunately, that meme is just not here.
As I said, I will agree to such. I simply will not agree to such for others.
She will then send one more message to the paladin, just saying, "Very well, I'll agree to it, even if it makes things possibly more difficult to get the card. Not that I wanted to cause any, real harm. Most I was thinking of is a sleep spell."
You will find that a very difficult endeavor to succeed with. He's not exactly vulnerable to such magics. Also, if
Hell
Snowy wants to be in this interaction, just to be clear. If you want to be a part of this interaction or weigh in on this, that is okay.
I'm kind of not even certain what's going on at this point.
Oh, you entered a department called ODD, and for some reason, no one has asked yet what that even stands for. I suspect because they understand on an instinctual level that this is an answer that they will deeply regret getting, and I'm so sad for that.
You know what? No, I'll take the bait. She then sends one more message and says, "Understood. Final question: what does ODD stand for in this case?"
Occult Disturbances Department.
Hell just blinks.
I knew the first word was occult. I just couldn't figure out the rest. This is out of character.
Most of the company refers to us as oddballs, however.
Tail actually clunks herself with her banner. I'm gonna make her take exactly 1 point of damage for hitting herself.
What? No, don't do that. Stop hitting yourself. It's too good to resist.
Right?
Also, because Tail has basically hidden armor, her hitting herself with her staff actually makes a clank sound.
When do we get a ratchet sound?
God.
Listen, these are very important questions, and the fact that you have not yet asked them shows a very deep disinterest in character development.
When I can start firing guns like ratchet I'll make ratchet sounds. Dang it!
Oh, that's all it takes. Okay.
I'm not gonna pretend that if I was given access to that kind of firepower, I wouldn't be making all sorts of jokes and quips and such, and running around with slightly slippery controls.
There are so many jokes I could go with, and I'm really, really torn on which one.
Do all the jokes. Every single one of them. I mean, what?
Certainly tempting.
Okay.
Anyway. Okay, what do the rest of you want to do? Now that you've gotten
Well,
this information in agreement.
Yeah, and Ashen agreed to the thing. She'll probably, well, she still has a little bit of her invisibility timer left. Well, actually, no, she'll wait till everyone's back in the hallway to discuss.
Well, like I said, and at least she agreed.
God damn it.
Like an Athenian tossing tournament, we do need to discuss.
Dies painfully.
If you'll excuse us for a moment, I think we need to talk about this a little.
Like, okay.
Sprout has the most what the fuck expression that you've ever seen on a person.
Alice is just sleeping on Snowy's head.
What? That could have gone worse.
Well, at least it didn't come to blows yet. While I do not revel being under the effect of one of those spells again, if the only thing they don't want is for us to cause harm for a certain individual, it'd be better than potentially risking them alerting the entire building to our presence.
Did they say which individual?
Yes, the manager in the room down the hall. Whom is the only one who has the key card to the next floor.
Did they mean all harm or just
They were not
kill them?
They were not specific, so I'd assume all harm. The way I see it, we have a few options. One of which would be abandoning this investigation altogether.
Ashen will say, no, I want to try to at least see this through to the end. But, main concern right now is I can definitely try to do a bit of pickpocketing, but it's certainly risky, so to speak.
The only issue is I cannot think of a way we could convince them to let us see their boss.
You'll think you'll be able to snag that ID card?
Maybe,
He says to
but
Ashlyn.
she'll say maybe. I mean, it'll depend on how perceptive they are, and the problem in this case is if they are particularly perceptive about it, and then they're going to be alerted to a presence in the room, and that could cause a lot of problems. On the other hand, if any of you are particularly diplomatic,
Well, you know me, I'm not exactly a Silverton.
she then seems to think for a moment, and she says, you know, I bet Sunny would be diplomatic enough.
It's
Well,
Sunny farts
you're
and
either-
yips.
you're either entirely correct or completely wrong, and I'm afraid to find out which one it is.
Not a whole lot of in between there, no.
I do have some skill with diplomatic relations, as you saw with my attempts to be diplomatic with our friend there. She seems quite full of zeal, and much of it fell on deaf ears. Quite frankly, I find her conviction actually rather inspiring. I've not seen something like that in a while.
She does seem pretty dedicated.
Out of character. Is that a window at the end of the wall, at the end of the hall here?
Looks like a AC unit.
Yeah, it's part of the ventilation system.
So no window.
That's a vent, I think.
Yeah, it's a
Wait.
vent. It's not a window.
Look, don't say too much about that out loud. The building gets kind of shy about its needs.
It gets shy about its vents.
Yeah. I mean, some people just don't feel that comfortable venting. Are you gonna judge it for feeling
Oh.
uncomfortable venting?
By
That's
the way,
pretty sus.
when Sunny barked and yipped, what did she actually say?
She says that she is a great negotiator, that she has never seen an instance where she feels like she poorly negotiated something.
Gotcha. I would like to sense motive on Sunny. Give me a moment. Here you go.
Sunny very much seems to believe her own propaganda.
You really believe your own hype?
Ashton will say, the only downside is, I don't know how well the manager would understand barking and yipping. She shrugs.
Yes, unfortunately, most of us aren't so blessed to understand Sunny's words.
The one true language, you mean?
Tail says, curling her tail very far from Sunny.
Ashton will then say, you know what, Talia, let's start with this. She'll then go over to Sunny, giving her several pets, and then say, I unlocked the door at the end of the hallway, so if you want to go in and just be really cute.
Sunny looks to Sprout.
If you want to give it a try.
Sunny
Please
jumps
don't kill
excitedly.
anyone.
Sunny jumps slightly less excitedly.
What did Sprout say?
Please don't kill anyone.
Oh. Ashton
There are
will
no
say,
rules. Put your shirt back on. There's one rule.
right. Ashton will just say, look, I understand that we need to be very careful because we're under a jest to not bring any harm to them.
Gash, not Jesh.
Sorry, Gash. Yeah, we're under a guest to not bring any harm to the manager, and so because of that, if that was going to be required in any of this, I'll double the number of wings I give you after this.
Sunny zooms through the hallway. What? Hello? Don't do that, please.
Wait, what
Sunny
I do?
zooms through the hallway.
Alice
Just
actually flutters after them.
Oh,
Curious
does
as
she
to what's
open the
going
door?
on.
She just bursts into flames and the flames seem to slip through the door.
Does Ash or has it been a full 10 minutes since Ashlyn cast invisibility, or does she have a moment still?
It's been 10 minutes.
Okay. Ashlyn will at the very least move closer. And see if she can hear anything from beyond the door.
Yeah, I
I'll
would
roll.
definitely say I'm willing to be the fun police.
What do you mean?
Sorry, that's a joke on like ending invisibility.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so yeah, Ashlyn will move into this spot and see if she can hear anything.
Roll perception.
Okay.
I'm gonna do this too because this is gonna be amusing.
Do you want this to be secret or no?
Yes.
Okay.
How exciting!
Okay, 1 second. Stealthy, you get a hero point. Ashlyn does hear yipping and barking, but not enough of it to determine what they're actually saying.
Damn.
But it does seem to go on for quite a bit longer than you would expect. Though you don't know what you should expect, it is longer than you would expect.
Wait, that's not where I wanted to send that, but sure, you know what? You can see it too.
Hale whispers, What do you think's going on?"
Sprout looks more and more concerned the longer the yipping goes on.
Wait, did you? You didn't roll perception though.
Oh, okay.
Would you like to roll
I'll just stand
perception?
over here. Is it too late to?
No.
Okay. I did that wrong.
You
I
know
was
what?
supposed to do it secretly.
Oh, actually,
Okay,
you're
good.
100% right. Oops.
Let's try that again. Sorry.
Jethro hears the same. So, anyway, after about 15 minutes, the door opens and Sunny comes out alongside a cat with a lot of moon markings. And a weasel that you quickly recognize as one of the vampires from underwater.
Ashlyn does not recognize this, nor does Tail, but the other three.
Well, since Alice is right there, and she would. It's one of the sea vampires!
Ashlyn will just stare at Alice and be like, "What?"
Hale seconds this. What?
For the first time tonight, you see Jethro go slack-jawed in shock.
I'm sorry. I'm just imagining the blood expressions on Ashlyn Tail's face.
Ashlyn will then just stare at the cat for a second, squint her eyes, and then ask, "Wait, you're the knight?"
I'm the knight? I don't think I'm sworn to an oath.
Uh,
No,
Hale,
no,
what?
no. There is a paladin in here who said that she had sworn fealty to the knight. You look like the knight.
Uh,
Unless you're
Uh,
not the manager.
I am the manager, but I wouldn't necessarily call myself the knight.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
You call yourself Livia?
No. Apologies. Who are you? Huh? She just looks very deeply confused.
Ashen will say, "Well, personally, I'm a friend of this fox here." She then reaches over to pet Sunny.
Oh, Sunny. Well, I guess if you're her friend, you can't be that bad.
I'm more like Sunny's chew toy.
Ashen will just say, "Me and her get along great."
You know, that tracks.
Hale has very visible burn and bite marks, so I think it would track on both sides.
So, you're trying to meet Electra.
Ashen will nod.
For a few reasons. Hale's a little bit brain scrambled by what's going on. Especially, she's still kind of stuck on the vampire thing. Whereas Alice is flying around Snowy's head.
Yeah, I guess it's fine. I suppose I can help you if you're friends of Sunny.
Well, Hale would mutter, me and Sunny certainly have a relationship. That usually involves me on the business end of those fangs.
Ashen will nod and say, "Oh yeah, Sunny loves Tail as well. She'll then just trade places with Sunny."
Ah, I see. Gotcha.
They look absolutely terrified. Uh,
Admittedly,
Hale's
I'm somewhat shocked.
You're shocked?
Well, Sunny just seems like such a pleasant and upstanding fox, and you all seem a bit. Sorry, that's rude.
Hale tries to look a little less nervous, even letting her guard down on her tail. Well, Sunny has been quite helpful and very informative. Apparently, she's quite multi-skilled. It's just it seems like whenever I've tried to interact with her, I've managed to, how do you say, Hale is waving her tail, and it lightly baps at Sunny again.
I mean, Sunny just
Sunny.
seems to like you very much, just, well, too much, according to you.
She has a very unique way of showing her affection.
Well, no, I imagine that someone who liked to chew on something would absolutely chew on it more often than other things.
Uh,
Oh.
Hale isn't sure how to take this.
Ashton will say, admittedly, I mean, I gave Sunny free reign over here, and I'm surprised that she hasn't gone for her favorite squeaky toy yet.
Makes Tail think, don't we have a living plushie with us too? She doesn't say that out loud, just kind of thinks it to herself.
It's so sad. It's so sad that you didn't get the joke.
Of which one?
Squeaky tail.
Oh, no, Ashton called Tail a squeaky toy instead of squeaky tail, but
I mean, she hasn't been a squeaky tail. Especially every time she's gotten bit, she's made a squeal.
well, yeah, it's just a very loud squeak.
Al should remark, like, gee, someone who gets pranked more than I do now. I think I approve.
And Ashton will say, "Look, I will say that the reason why Sunny likes me is because I am easily as upstanding as her. I just unfortunately haven't matched her breaking and entering records yet."
You know, it's hard to imagine someone who's actually comparable to Sunny.
How many people know Sunny? I swear, this, little
I mean, I have
one,
just met her, but she seems incredibly upstanding from everything that I've seen about her. I've never seen such an honest, earnest, loving fox in my entire life. Until her.
Tail has an absolutely incredulous look on her face.
Obviously, I'm more of a cat person myself, but I'm really starting to reconsider even that.
Tail just, once again, baps herself on the head with her staff for that pun.
Ashton will just say, "Yeah, Sunny can certainly make one amenable to foxes. And I would say she's very upstanding and honest. I don't think she's told me a single lie."
Well, yeah, foxes rarely lie. Especially sunny foxes, I imagine now.
Ashton will then just beam over at Sprout.
Honestly, whoever trained her has to be an honest and good natured person.
The Sprout hidden behind Jethro and Snowy. If a
Yeah,
fox
he's
could
also.
blush.
Ashton will say, "Yeah, he's also a little shy."
Alice would flutter above them as if to point them out. Yeah, it's this guy over here.
You know, I thought we were supposed to be doing a super sneaky operation. Why are we socializing so much?
Because anytime anything we're supposed to do is supposed to be sneaky, it's not going to be.
Honestly, I just thought that foxes were incredibly sociable creatures.
Tail will remark, the more I hear about foxes, the more appealing they seem.
Ashton will say, "Well, I mean, I'm basically part fox, so yeah, I'm pretty sociable."
Thanks for the compliment, though. What?
Honestly, Sunny is one of the most pleasant, well mannered foxes that I have ever met. And, well, given that I work at a company filled with them, that's not there's a lot of room to compare.
Fair
So
enough.
there's certainly a character.
So I guess the question is, I guess the question is, would you be willing to help Sunny meet her sister Electra?
Hmm.
Good question.
Well, normally I'm not one for big family reunions. I feel like that stuff is kind of mushy, but like for Sunny.
Hale still seems somewhat dumbfounded that not only was Sunny actually persuasive, but apparently somehow extremely so. She has never even heard them talk.
Maybe that's why she's so persuasive. Maybe the fact that you do so much talking is what keeps you from persuading people.
That just hurts my feelings.
Well, no, maybe it's just talking. Maybe people are like unpersuaded by talking.
I know. I must do all my diplomacy roles in song.
Well, no, you just have to turn into a feral fox and be really adorable.
That's also true. It worked for Ashlyn.
Wait, when did she become a feral fox?
When
Well, you're
my
a normal.
headcanon started existing.
Oh wait, I suppose technically there is that we established there was a point in her backstory where she got baleful polymorphed. Anyways. So does the manager offer an ID card or no?
Well, I suppose I can offer you my ID. Just don't talk too much about my favorability towards people I haven't really vetted.
We have no intent of doing anything of the sort.
Ashton will just say, I'll make sure it's returned to you before we leave.
That works too.
I think our main goal was just the family reunion. And at this point, despite Tails' various grumblings, she does not seem upset by anything of this, by the way. She actually seems rather amused by everything.
So I guess with ID card in hand, Ashton will then head or make her way over to the door, giving Sunny many head pats and calling her the best Foxo.
Can Tail attempt to pet Sunny and say, well, you are a very convincing little fox, aren't you?
Of course she can do that. You do have arms that are capable of making a petting motion. What part are you
Okay, or
asking about?
do I have to roll something? Do not get bit again.
Persuasion.
I still have to use my performance because versatile performance, so actually, I think it's more funny for the scene if she still gets bit. Okay, I'll be nice to Tail for once. I'll roll it.
Look,
So I
I
have to
just want
roll.
you to know. I just want you to know. Getting bit is adorable. Do it again.
Well, Tail gets bit. She makes yet another squeal. And kind of runs off with uh Sunny clinging to whatever she bit.
As this happened, because Ashton's already started toward the door, she'll just call back, see? Squeaky toy.
Jethro will actually stop Tail and then reach back and grab Sunny by the scruff of her neck.
Sunny is disappointed at not getting to bite Tail.
Just... Fuck. He offers his arm to Sunny.
Sunny nibbles on it, understanding the offering being made to her.
Tail is literally just running after Ashlyn.
He'll then just pull Sunny up in a kind of cradle where the supporting hand is just the one being nibbled on.
Whole ass dog-sized fox.
He's got +4 to strength.
Jethro is big, strong.
Okay, so Ashlyn has gone to the next floor and will try the ID card on the 6th floor door.
Thanks for being the Sunny sacrifice. With the amount of times I've caught her nibbling on my ears in the night, I'm not really willing to let her bite me any more than is necessary.
All you see in response is a single tear.
Did Sprout say this in hearing range of Ashlyn?
I don't know. Sprout said
Jethro was following behind Ashlyn, so yeah.
Ashlyn will just be like, wait, what? You don't like that?
Not when I'm trying to sleep!
Ashlyn will say, it's okay, Sunny. If you need a nibble in the middle of the night, you can come to my room.
You can have her. And Jethro says, gritting his teeth.
I tried to get teething toys, but no, she wants to chew on flesh. It's really disturbing, actually.
He just likes the finer things in life. What's so strange about that?
Maybe I should just start hunting things solely for the purpose of giving them to Sunny to chew on.
Since Sunny is currently with Jethro's arm, does Sunny react to Ashlyn saying, it's okay, Sunny, if you need a nibble in the middle of the night, you can come to my room?
She would just wag her tail at this.
Upstanding citizen, my ass.
She's just like, she just looks incredulously at Sprout, and she's like, my adoptive parents would always nibble each other at night.
Okay, are you also forgetting the part where Sunny's broken into multiple buildings?
Oh, well, I've done that too, and I'm upstanding.
Tail doesn't have any comment for this. She's just wrapping a bandage around her paw.
She'll just say, look, it's not my fault that people use Master Lock. Sometimes they're just asking for their building to be walked into when it's supposed to be locked.
What the hell is Master Lock?
It's the disappointment brand of locks. Usually you can just, like, hit them with the mallet and they'll unlock.
How do people live without being able to cast spells?
I don't know. I mean, magical locks are pretty easy to undo. You just cast Dispel Magic.
People apparently live without spells with Master Lock.
Oh, well, they
It
don't.
feels weird saying that. What's that, Sky voice? Shush, we're in the middle of something.
Damn, I guess I'll just die.
Ashlyn will attempt to do the thing. Unlock the door.
Avery.
Okay.
Do the thing.
With the ID card though? Or
Oh,
is it double locked?
double locked.
Okay. Damn, and I don't have any hero points.
You break your lock. Try again.
Okay. Let me subtract. Where are they? There they are.
Personally, I really support your attempt to destroy all of your locks.
Wow. Well, look, I get a hero point now.
All of your lock picks, my bad.
Oh. Okay, a 40.
The door opens.
Okay. Oh. Okay, you already got it. Wasn't sure if you were still having problems. Okay, so head through. And head to the next door. And is this one locked?
Yes.
Okay. More thievery rolls. Let's go. Just getting all that mileage out of for lockpicks. Oh my god! You know what? I'll just break it. Fuck it, 2 hero points.
I mean, if you want to bust down the door, that's acceptable.
I'm not going to bust down the door.
Oh,
Yeah, it looks like she wants
so you're not
to.
going to break it.
I'm going to break the lockpick on a, minus to thievery.
Wow. You're just such a door sympathizer. I wish there was like a shorter way to say door sympathizer, like someone who just
Oh my
sympathizes for doors.
Alright, 32. Do I need to roll again?
Nope.
Okay. So she unlocks it? Okay.
And
Well, before she continues, she'll just say, before we get too much further, I'm realizing that if they're working with the Thieves Guild, they're going to be very wise into any tricks that I have.
Then I would suggest a direct route.
Certainly. Do any of you want to take point for this one?
Is Sunny still nomming on Jethro?
No.
Okay. Then at this point, he will draw his pistol again and stack up on the door.
That may give off a impression at first, but
Well, unless Sunny can pull off something again, I don't think we're talking our way. I don't think, well, ideally we're going to be doing talking, but I don't think we're going to be...
sneaking.
I don't know if we're going to be able to do this amicably.
Let us at least go in cautiously then.
Jethro kind of sigh for a bit before not holstering his weapon, but kind of straightening his posture before kind of tucking it behind his waist. All right. He'll kind of place his hand on the doorknob, but not open it. Well, want to try this the reasonable way first?
Indeed, I'll even go first if you prefer.
No. I got this. And then Jethro will very calmly and slowly open the door.
Okay. Immediately, you see a guard and a worker, though they do not seem to be specifically here for the door, as much as, well, you suspect each other.
Hmm.
Are they
They
just
seem to be hugging.
Are,
Is that all
well,
they're doing?
You,
Zepto's the only one with the visual right now.
Ah, sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt. We just need to talk to the manager.
Be right back.
wait, but you're intruders.
Nah, I don't see how that changes anything.
I think it changes quite a bit. Intruders aren't supposed to be able to see the manager, otherwise, what would be the point of having an appointment? The worker says, seemingly very naive.
We like to drop in. You're familiar with all the red tape, the bureaucracy. Getting an appointment these days is impossible. You know what I mean.
I mean, it's easy to get an appointment with her. All you have to do is just screw up whatever job she assigns you, though those appointments kind of suck.
Yeah, I'm hoping we could start off a bit more amicable. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's what. Okay. Well, we can always just pretend that you never met us, because then you would have no way of seeing anything.
Hey, listen, I don't judge.
Just like you didn't see anything.
Does Jethro head out at this point?
Of course he does. He didn't see anything. Why would he stay if he's not seeing anything?
Right.
Well, we'll be in and out in a breeze. I didn't see you, and you won't see us. We'll be quick as that.
They just go off in the other direction.
Um, I just want to know if Ashlyn will have been able to see it.
Yes,
Okay. As Ashlyn heads out, she's just like,
but only
Wait, I
if she'd say I ship it.
"Oh, okay, sure." But no, she's going to say something way funnier. She'll just look at the two and she'll be like, "Wait, I thought most people use the supply closets for that."
I mean, there's only
It's
so
late.
long that remains exciting.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. So, sometimes there's the bathroom stall, sometimes the supply closet. I will say, you two are really daring. I love it.
Anyway, what does the party do?
Check out the doors.
Well, the door in front of you would say executive offices.
She'll just look at it and say, "Well, this could be easy. This could be hard. Let's see what kind of." She did cast detect magic.
The door seems not magical, though it is very thick and it appears to be very thick and made of some sort of metal.
Well, she will see if she can get access to the locking mechanism.
She can indeed.
Okay, well, time for more thievery checks, then let's fucking go.
As As she hears the first click of the lock disengaging, suddenly her pick snaps, and, well, after a jolt of electricity, injuring her for 16 lightning damage, the door opens.
And I am assuming there's she now sees the person.
She does. Well, hello. I don't think that you're one of my employees.
Here, sorry.
She'll just
You see a rainbow-haired, gray-furred fox who seems to sparkle with electricity and have feathers in her hair.
she'll just say, she doesn't seem to answer the question directly, but she'll just ask, "Are you Electra?"
Oh, I see. So this is a part of our engagement where we're confirming names. Fair enough. I'll play along then.
Confirming the what?
Confirming names.
Oh.
Fair enough. I'll play along then. Are you Tail, Ashlyn, Jethro, Sprout, and Snowy?
Hell with confusing.
Yes.
Why are all the foxes we meet so pretty? And yes, sorry.
Oh.
Well,
I
it's
tried
something
to
you should.
click on them.
It's something you should terribly expect coming from a blessed lineage.
I'm starting to feel terribly plain by comparison.
And she, National will just say, I mean, besides, obviously we need to talk to you specifically. Also, I wanted to figure out if you're Electra, because I've been flirting with two of your sisters at this point.
I see. So, I suppose a bit of a strange question in all of that. When you're saying that you're flirting with some of my sisters, should I take that to mean that there is a desire to select for similar and flirt with me?
Given your appearance, I might be tempted. But I don't know if it's taboo to go to have three sisters in one shot. Granted, the other one's a bit more of a casual relationship because she usually likes to be feral.
For everything that you're saying, I certainly get the impression that I feel that you're already in the taboo a little bit. So it does make one wonder why you would suddenly care at such a strange point in already having engaged that taboo to decide, oh, well, this is a bit too taboo.
You know, you make a good point.
Mind you, I'm not encouraging you. I'm just pointing out that it's a really, really strange line of logic that you've chosen to go down.
Look, I will say Kara was really pretty. And we played Star Path together, and I asked her if we could cuddle the next time we meet.
Oh, of course you got into her because of that game.
Sounds like you don't terribly approve.
I
So-
don't care what Kara gets up into.
Oh.
I don't care what Kara gets involved in or who that she's dating or whatever. You just happen to be the. She starts counting on her fingers for a moment. Look, I'm not going to get into all the math on how many people that she started dating because of that game.
Wait, what happened to the rest of them? And also, Ashton has taken a step back to allow Electra some room to move.
Oh, I suppose you wouldn't know about that then. Fair enough. That's her secret.
Oh. Well, I guess that's a third date question then.
Maybe fourth. Some hearts can never be promised to only one, or the one tends to be rather fragile.
Only gets a increased eyebrow raise from a increasingly confused tail.
Of course, the second sister was me making a joke, was me jokingly referencing that I told Sunny that she could use my ear to nibble on if she needed to do that in the middle of the night. Anyways, that aside. Honestly, we just want to understand a bit of why you had a problem with the whole, well, statue of Flagra.
That's a way to put our task, yes.
I see. So that's what you're looking to find out. He seems to think on this for a moment. My feelings for Flagra are hardly any of your business. My little government stooges.
I suppose that explains why you already seem to know our names.
Yes, well, I was about to leave for the day and found a bit of a mess downstairs. Managed to get some information about all of you. Plugged you into a little database. Look at what I turned up. Admittedly, I was struggling a bit getting your records, Sprout and Ashlyn. As if someone's been tampering a terribly great deal with the database. Persistence gets you everywhere.
Did she say? You said Sprout and Ashlyn?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Oh, come now. You're not going to engage in a little bit of banter. That's terribly boring.
Well, I suppose I could, but I guess I'm curious. I mean, admittedly, I haven't really personally done a lot to scrub myself.
Hell seems a little bit disturbed by the idea that there's actually information on her, given how short she's been in the kingdom, notably bristling up.
You'd look towards Tail. Come now. The fact that you're new to the kingdom just makes you all the more easily searchable. Who are born here go into one set of database, and people who've been here for quite a while, people who just came here in another. You can make of that fact what you will, of course.
Suppose that makes me curious how much you know. But since there's no point in hiding our intents, we were hired to investigate your company. Though the information we were seeking seems to have become a tad lost in the mire of things we've learned otherwise.
Yes, you certainly do seem to be looking into quite a few things while you're here. It's rather irksome.
Hale visibly perks up her ears and seems to stand ready as if expecting conflict.
Looking
well-
into my secret departments is not terribly appreciated, I will have you know.
Oh, personally, I have zero plans to say anything, and if you want, say, a contractual agreement to non-disclosure about that, I'm completely down to sign that.
Hale just
Say,
Go
oh,
ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
that's all. Tails just I was sweating like what?
Well, as you can tell, it's quite chilly out here. Mind if we come inside? We have a meeting to get to, after all.
Very well, you may come into my office.
I'm standing up for a moment, so I'll move myself in a moment.
She sits down at her chair. Her office is fairly Spartan in nature, but seems to include a bunch of gizmos and gadgets.
Ashley, we'll go over and touch the thing in the upper left corner.
It gives her a light shock.
She seems to shiver a bit, and she says, "You know, I always I love these kinds of devices."
Yes, well, your little amusement aside, why are you so invested in investigating my family's affairs?
Because one of the people, in my case, because one of the people who raised me happened to be very close to her.
Sorry, what?
She said one of the people who raised me happened to be very close to her. Did that come through?
Yes,
Okay.
I see. Suppose that's rather rich.
What do you mean?
No, I suppose everyone comes out and says that they were close to the deceased after their passing.
I would say personal bodyguard tends to be rather close to the deceased.
Oh, you're a Dara as well. Fascinating. Admittedly, that is not in the data at all. Apparently, she's been scrubbing that information. Well, whether it's for your protection or hers, that's the question.
I seems more skilled than I thought. Dale muttered that mostly to herself.
Yes, well, Adara worked on many of the kingdom's security systems.
The way I understood it, we were investigating some sort of threat to the kingdom.
Have you found a threat to the kingdom?
No, a very confusing family. A very confusing family lineage. Many bite marks. Marks on a whole lot of pest control supplies. At least that's what I think these are. Certainly didn't have anything like these like where I came from.
Perhaps nothing with this company itself, but rather a thread connected to a whole web. A web of lies, intrigue, theft.
Ah, and that's what you're interested in looking into, because you believe that I'm going to be the final thread that leads you to all the interesting stuff about what's going on behind the scenes. Do I have that correct?
Close enough.
Dale simply grips her banner tighter, keeping very much on her guard.
Well then, I certainly understand where you're coming from. I understand your hesitation, your fear, perhaps even your pain. Still, of course, don't really blame me for any of that. You want to, of course, investigate me, because I vowed to be the inevitable agent of Flagra's demise and downfall.
You vowed?
Yes.
What was that again? I'm sorry, my brain kind of spaced.
He vowed to be Flagra's inevitable downfall.
Why would you want to be the downfall of this woman? Especially given what kind of connection she has to you.
What a strange thing to say. Because of the connection she has to me. Tell me, what do you know she has to me?
My brain didn't completely scramble. Is she not one of your parents?
Yes, and I hardly see why that would make me not wish for such a fate.
Most children don't wish great harm upon their parent lest they've wronged them greatly.
I suppose one might draw the conclusion that not most children.
Certainly not, if I gather things correctly. Or, due to your lineage, you're also an immortal, so that kind of creates some interesting complications in life.
Yes. I would say that I am honestly deeply distressed that other people have access to the privilege that I abide for. I suppose it would be difficult to get you to understand why it means so much to be capable of being that inevitable agent. But I would put it to you, what would you vow against the person who had been there for you and given you so much? Inevitably, in this world, we are constantly beset by one thing or another that will take away something precious to us. And then that thing is gone. And that thing may be gone without us ever really having a say or ever really having a part in it. The reason that I should be the agent of the downfall and no one else is because the agent of a downfall should be someone close and important to her. Should be the person that she raised. The idea of one of her many enemies being her inevitable end disgusts me. I am the one most worthy of it.
But as far as I can tell, she's no more. She's already been slain.
And not by an enemy.
Hale, who wasn't aware of why or how this Flogger woman died, looked at Jethro with confusion.
She was taken out by a friend and a mentee that she deeply trusted, known as Sensashi. Someone who came to this kingdom from a faraway land and hoped to make their name here as talent, as a performer.
Wait, Sozaji was mentioned by name, right?
Yes.
Hale visibly poofs up her fur, especially given that she has been relearning how to do her music under Sozaji for a long time.
So then the statue being so close to your headquarters has been serving as a reminder that you are not the one to be able to be there for her last breath.
It's not the one who is capable of proving myself as worthy of taking on these responsibilities, as worthy of being one who inevitably took over after. Instead, I am relegated to this position of watching a world that she has left behind. A world that she's no longer a part of. As if it could ever be my world in such a state.
What kind of world would you want?
A world where I showed her that the person most deserving of replacing her did exactly that.
Gotcha.
Hale seems quiet. Hearing these words seems to provoke something in her. It's the role of a parent to uplift their children and make sure they can succeed. Did your parent not do that for you?
Of course she did, but that only further proves my point. She was everything. She was attentive, she was loving, and she was caring. And if there is no one else in this world who is capable of taking her place, it means it is an eternally empty place without her. It means that there is no continuation of her legacy, that there is no hope, that there is no moving forward.
Hale taps her staff on the ground hard. By your existence, you are the continuation of her legacy.
Bet she wants to hear that from her own mouth.
Not all parents get the chance to tell that to their children.
Of course, not all parents get the chance to tell that to their children. That is why it was my job to overcome her. That is why it was my job to be her nemesis and no one else. I am uniquely worthy and qualified and deserving and capable of following every example that she set.
What will you do now that she's no more? Are you going to destroy everything she once stood for? Are you going to try and see her name stripped from the history books so that it's your name instead?
I have no interest in your stupid history books. I have no interest in your society for the most part. I told you what my motivations are, what my goals and desires are. And if you have not paid attention, it's on you. But my desire is far simpler. My desire was to prove to her that I am worthy of replacing her. It doesn't matter what she says, it doesn't matter what she did, it doesn't matter if she ever acknowledged it. I would show her, I would create a reality in which she recognized the power and capacity of what she created.
What kind of reality would that be?
A reality where I succeeded is what she struggled with, where I became a greater leader than she had ever been.
You wanted to make yourself her most incredible piece of art.
He stares down in silence, not denying.
Well, if the statue and your own face and the face of your siblings is anything to go by, I would say that she did succeed in creating such a piece of art.
What is it? I ever really take pride that she never got to see that she never got to know what she did for the world, and she never knew that she created a masterpiece.
Did you know many art pieces become far more valuable long after the artist has perished? That their true value is not ever seen until many more eyes have seen it and could have ever seen it in their lifetimes.
But that's an injustice that she would be okay with. Even if it might be the case, those who are there, those who are aware of it, sometimes recognize the injustice of that.
Indeed, it is an injustice, but it doesn't diminish the art piece, does it?
Perhaps there is reason to your words, value to them in that regard. But that's not something I feel on an emotional level. That's not a peace or a solace that I've taken. To me, I just feel and experience her loss and think to myself, wonder to myself if she ever got the chance to really understand. Her successor would be there, do what was necessary to do what was required. Someone who was capable of being everything that this world required, that her world required. It terrifies me that someone precious to me went into the afterlife not understanding. Not having the peace, having a replacement, knowing that her world would be well managed.
Well, depending on whom you ask, some believe the spirits of those who have long passed continue to watch the world they once cared for. But I imagine you don't wish to have a theological argument met with an old dragoness who looks younger than she is.
I don't take peace in the petty fairy tales that we tell ourselves in order to feel better and like we succeeded at things we most certainly did not.
Would you still be willing to pursue that goal even now?
Of what?
Becoming a leader that could surpass her?
Of course. Her death is not enough to deter my own motivation. If I could not say at least that much, then I truly would fail in everything I set out to do.
I shouldn't then get just a little bit closer and say, then I do hope that then I hope that you succeed at your endeavors. I read about her in history and learned a lot about her from Adara. So if you can truly surpass her and what she brought to the world, then I hope, against all hope, that you succeed.
I will do everything necessary to succeed.
Hale is looking fairly intensely at Electra, not an angry stare anymore, a very pitying one. Like she's seeing something in them.
You know, people put art in museums because people want to look at them. Any great piece is nothing without its audience. And you lost the one audience member that you wanted to see your art.
Of course, it was someone like you to understand that much, Jethro. I do appreciate why the Queen is so fond of you.
My parents were never one for praise. Honestly, growing up most of my life, they were absent. Acceptance from them wasn't really a concept I could think of. The most I had was my siblings to hold me up, but I don't know. There was always something missing. I looked up to my siblings a lot, and I wanted them to be proud of me. You must have thought the same of your mother. And even if your friends, your siblings, anybody else, if they were to tell you they did a good job, might mean something, but Flagra was the only person you truly wanted to hear that from. Because you knew, she knew what it was like to do something like that.
You know, I never really thought much about him. About my feelings on it, I suppose. But it truly is a call to comfort. To have someone that could understand that.
Hale quietly looks between Jethro and Electra.
That said, you're not just here for one of Raina's investigations. You're here because you want to know for Adara why I was such an impediment in the building of that statue.
Indeed.
Ashen would nod.
Then I shall tell you. Though I warn you, the darkness of this kingdom may be a bit more than you are ready to handle.
Ashen
What do you
would
mean
just
by that?
say, Ashen would say, I've known some darkness. I mean, that's the reason I know all of the skills that I do is because I learned very quickly that authority figures are not always going to be on your side. So if there's a darkness that I don't know about, I think I can handle it.
Quite frankly, rare is the time they are.
Very well. I shall explain it. That statue was not made as a memorial to her. It was made to hide something.
Dude,
What's it hiding?
interesting.
It was made in order to hide. He seems to struggle for a moment. It was made in order to hide a dagger that is capable of ripping a person apart, tearing them in half, and then leaving them to wander the world as two where there was one.
Hale looks immediately slightly horrified by the idea of that and tries to remember if she recalls the statue carrying a dagger.
I see. So, if the dagger were removed from it, it could feel more suited to its purpose.
The dagger is an artifact that the Queen fears, for it was a tool that was instrumental in disabling her own forces and aims in this particular kingdom. It was one of the singular most effective tools that has ever existed in thwarting her plans. There has never been anything quite as effective. Every other plot, every other scheme existed to undo her work was nowhere near as effective as that.
What better way to hide a tool like that than in plain sight, where everyone can see it?
But I have no interest in hiding that tool. The reason I refer to this as this kingdom's darkness is that she would hide the sort of tool that could bring my mother back.
How would that work?
Ilzashi used her as a sacrifice for the goddess of this land. But that means that the goddess of this land exists only because of her, that she is inside of that.
Oh, you wish to use that knife to separate your mother from this goddess.
Correct. It would be a sacrifice of the goddess, who would no longer have the power to take her over again, except meeting a few criteria that are very, very difficult, I might add. And that's all it would take.
I want to roll sense motive to see if she is telling the truth or believes what she's saying.
You believe her?
You truly are set on this.
Of course I am set on this. Of course my heart is completely resolute in this measure that I would take. She's my mother. I cannot do anything less for her. I will absolutely show her that I am worthy.
You remind me of my eldest son. Did you know that?
Oh?
Yes. Resolute, strong-willed. From what it seems, very stubborn and not one what's the word? I'm not trying to say mince words. It's more not one to let someone talk over them. I'm trying to find the right words. I'm sorry, that's a bit of OC. He jibber jabber for me. But to the point, my son also wishes to completely destroy me. Though I imagine not in the same way that you wish to destroy your mother.
Sorry, real quick. Jeff will just cock an eyebrow at that statement.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that definitely gets a little bit of an eyebrow raise. Oh. Indeed, how? I suppose this is a hell of a story.
I doubt you wish to hear my entire life story, but let's just say my son is being the good paladin he should be, hunting down a rogue criminal who killed the leader of his order. He's being exactly how I raised him.
Are you grateful for such?
I couldn't be more proud of him.
What is your role in that? Do you oppose it?
Say again, headset.
What is your role in that? Do you oppose him?
I suppose I do now. At one point, I served the same order he did. And then I found out the truth of them. And then I acted in a way that was not very becoming of one who should have known better. Again, I won't bore you with a tale from an old dragon in a younger body. She would just kind of twirl her banner. Let's just say this banner stands more for an exiled old soldier than anything else. Also, for anyone who can read Draconic, the banner she's constantly carrying around has the word siren on it in Draconic, though it's written in a very negative connotation.
I see. I can appreciate that you have a very similar drive.
But to focus on your task, how do you intend to get that dagger if it's so important to you?
Well, currently, the statue is not fully capable of being magic proof. So, now I merely need one final piece, one of our siblings to help me break it open.
You need all of the siblings?
No, just the one most qualified for doing the task.
And who would that be?
Funny.
Oh,
Dale sighs. Of course it would be. Well, Sunny
uh,
seems to be a multi-skilled a fox of many skills.
something I was thinking as far as the statue goes. Since, well, we do, if we're going to have to destroy it to get the dagger, I suppose the question for you is if you'd be willing to rebuild it under a different structure.
Then, why are you interested in rebuilding?
Because if she's someone that Sadara cared about very greatly, and she's someone that someone like you cares about very greatly, I was thinking that she should be rebuilt holding a foxfire lantern with a bit of your foxfire in it.
He chuckles at that. I see. Well, I suppose I can't exactly oppose a sentiment as beautiful as that. Sort of daughter would I be.
Which of the party mates had the glitter bomb?
Me.
I have a sense that our mission is going to be changing, isn't it?
Something like that.
This is common for the life of an adventurer, to go from investigating someone to helping them.
Yeah, I mean,
Not.
oh,
Go ahead.
Acid will just say, hey, I mean, I wasn't asked to take action. I was just asked to investigate.
Well, you know, it's not exactly in that order, not exactly those two specific things, but more or less.
So then, what exactly are you all talking about?
Well, if I am not in the measure of a few of my allies correct, I do believe at least Ashlyn would want to help you with this endeavor. And seeing as you don't seem to pose a particular threat to the kingdom, and I must admit, your story and your dedication to your mother moves me. I would like to assist you with this plan to get your mother back.
Ashton would actually just grin and say, let me put it like this. If since Flagra was a very good queen at the time that she was, and Electra here wants to be an even better queen than Flagra, then who am I to deny her access to the one tool that would make her a check to Reyna should Reyna go too far?
I see, so that's your motive. I suppose that it's impure motive as any.
Well, it's more to say that I have no reason to oppose it.
You know, I am starting to realize that the young folk these days just do not appreciate that sort of sense of humor.
She'll just chuckle.
Well, you certainly can't blame me not appreciating your humor on being young. Just probably not very smart.
Oh, I suppose I would ask, how old you are then?
Well, you were said to be an immortal, so I don't know if I'm old for your standards, but I'm at least 4 centuries old.
I see. Fascinating.
Quite frankly, I stopped keeping count after a time.
I suppose it's understandable.
One of my sons took to calling me what's the term? A boomer? Whenever we disagree. I still to this day do not understand what explosions have to do with anything about my age, based on my opinions, but I long ago stopped questioning their slang. Tail just shakes her head.
And the rest of you, what do you have to say about this? I'm gonna take it if none of the other rest of you have a response. You're all really fucking out of it.
Jethro's looking uncomfortable.
Tail, noticing this, would put a paw on his shoulder. Are you alright?
I don't know. Trying to think why she would have had this sealed away. If it was the one thing that could have stopped Wraitha and bring back Flagra, one of her most valuable people.
My guess is at the very least, it's probably not something that's easy.
It's merely
And
a
also-
method. It's merely a means of preparing the dagger in a very special ritual. It's not exactly inaccessible as long as you know it. Though the knowing of it is itself a high barrier to entry, I suppose.
So you're saying she didn't want to seal it away forever?
Well, also, if I understand correctly, utilizing it on Wraitha here, while it would be able to potentially bring Flagra back, doesn't necessarily kill Wraitha either. I assume it doesn't actually strip her divinity.
No, it does not. Though I will say that Flagra would be far more easy for her to control than Wraitha.
Fair enough. But I imagine that Wraitha would just simply not be able to manifest for a little while here, correct?
A little while is a bit of a maybe a bit underselling it.
Well, I wouldn't know what it looks like, unfortunately.
Well, this a little while could last for. She seems to start counting quite a bit. It could honestly be at the very least centuries, possibly a millennia.
Gotcha. Although, that said, why would Reyna want to use that on Wraitha?
I imagine that the little game would be over at that point.
I see. So they're playing a game together.
One assumes as much. Though it's hard to always be certain of such a thing. It certainly does seem like there's a bit of a rule that they're incapable of beating, that each of them is trying to get around.
Raina's not one for playing games unless there's something she can get out of it.
Well, I imagine, given the game is, well, the stakes of the game at least, are her presence here. Perhaps that's a bit more of a reason.
It's always fun to hear the games of God. God's playing game with humans. Or mortals,
Well.
rather.
Aston would then peer into the hallway. Hey, Sunny, are you up to being a little destructive?
Actually, where is Sunny? Oh, there's Sunny, okay. Sunny Park. Look, I'm used to Sunny being really, really small.
Oh, wait. Oh, did she come in the room? I didn't see that, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Aston would just turn to Sunny and say, so Sunny, are you ready for a little destruction?
Sunny barks at yips. Oh. I see. Anyway, sorry. We are at time.
Damn, I wanted to know what Sunny said.
That will be the reveal for next time, I suppose, so stay tuned.
Alright. Thank you everybody for coming. I really enjoy you all. Also, we have a YouTube channel now,
Ooh, awesome.
which Ashlyn will totally link in general for all of you to subscribe and do the things.
Give me a second.
Do the things that make our unfortunate gods happy.
Oh, I should probably change your channel name just a little bit. Let's see. Fauna of Flora TV. Let's go. A little easier for people to find and remember, you know?
Wait, where is that?
What's up?
Alright, we're raiding into Starfire. See you all, love you. Hasta la vista.
Hasta la
Hasta la vista.
vista.
Hasta la pasta, baby.